What's up guys, Levi here, and the end is here. Almost. Yeah, in this video we are essentially at the end of Forza Horizon story mode now. In between the last video and this one, essentially what I've ended up doing is I've just ended up going through the festival checklist that you can get on the menu, and in order to get these last couple of thousand points, what I ended up doing was I ended up doing all of the time trials. Now if you go on a time trial, you can literally do it for each class of car. So I did one time trial, did it all the way from, I think it's like D class all the way to R, and then same again for the drag races, and doing all those shot up my points like massively for not as much work as I would have had to put in, say, if I was to do all of the jumps, for example, and all the speed traps and whatnot. But yeah, I essentially did all that, and I think after that I just did a couple of last races, some of the races that I finished quite low in before, which this is one of them. So I think when I first attempted this race I finished in like 6th or something like that, I can't remember now, or it might have been like 3rd or something, I can't remember. But you know, just going back doing these races and then just trying to get first place in these races just so that I could get those extra Horizon points so that I could then progress onto the island and get that gold wristband. In that time as well I've learned a little bit more about drifting, about how to do it, how to initiate them, how to keep hold of them. I got my brother who plays this game a lot and does drifting a lot on this game to, you know, give me some pointers, show me what settings that he has for it. And I've gone through all the drift zones, so you know, there were extra points there as well. And I've 2-starred a lot of them, which isn't bad to say that, you know, what, like a couple of weeks ago I wasn't the best at drifting. But I think overall, now that I'm on Legend Island, what I'm going to do is I'll probably end this series with this video, and I'll do all of the other things just off camera. I might, you know, in like a month or two, come back and just do a quick check-in in relation to Forza Horizon, but I think overall I'm kind of done with this game on here for now.
Congratulations! Your gold wristband is waiting for you.
There we go, got the gold wristband.
Drive to Legend Island, alongside some special guests.
So yeah, I was driving the truck from Halo, but I was like, if I'm going to do this last event, I want to do it in something a little bit more, you know, or at least the drive to that event in something a little bit more. And this Mustang for me has been very reliable. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit disappointed when I found out that I had to drive a specific car for this event. I was hoping to drive my Mustang to do this, but unfortunately it is what it is. I mean, this Lamborghini is pretty good anyway, but it wouldn't have been my first choice. I don't know what to tell you, I'm just more of a American muscle car fan than a sports car fan. If I was to go for sports cars, it would definitely be like the Nissan GT-R, R35, Audi R8 for example, which I never actually got one of those on here. Quite impartial to Porsche 911s as well, I think they're pretty cool. But overall, I'm much more of an American muscle car person, so the Ford Mustang GT, the Dodge Challenger, the Hellcat edition as well, like that car. I don't know if the Hellcat edition's on this game, but that car in real life is just... oof. But yeah, essentially, after finishing this event, you obviously unlock Legend Island, you get a whole new bunch of races to do, and some of those races are a bit time consuming, I'm not going to lie. So there's one that you do in like your normal road cars, where essentially you go from Legend Island, you basically do a whole lap around the outside of the map, all the way back to Legend Island. That was a bit of a drag to do that race, especially because I had to really figure out how I'm gonna approach it, because you're only allowed to use a specific set of cars. So I tried to do it in an Aston Martin, didn't go too well. I tried to do it in a Corvette, didn't go too well, and then I tried to do it in one of those track cars, and again didn't go too well. So I tried to do the GR GT prototype and basically upgrade that to like its max stats so that I could just do this race. Got to the race and it was like, nope, you're not allowed to use that car, so I was literally restricted. So I think what I ended up doing was, because these cars that I was restricted to, they were all rear wheel drive, and as a result I was really struggling on the handling, especially when you've got like a very long race to do. So I essentially just converted one of those 3 cars to all-wheel drive, did it, and yeah, that's one race out of the way. And then there was like another one which was you basically have to drive through like the entire highway. There's a gold wristband. Yeah, these events, these are the ones that I have been working my way through. They're quite long ones just because they're like the final ones in terms of this story. You know, like for me the story ended when you got to Legend Island, you got the gold wristband. Like there really isn't much for you to do after that other than just 3-star everything and just do these final few races. I got the new Lambo for winning that. Right, so on here, I don't know if my cursor's going to come up right, but obviously I've got all the wristband events. For the Horizon Life events, I've completed all those. I did all the time trials on this track that I'm currently on in the Mustang right now. For the road racing one, I finished off all the ones that I needed to do, got my final points for that. I've done all the dirt racing, and I'm currently in the midst of doing the cross country, I believe. And then following on from that, I still need to do the rest of them essentially. Yeah, this is what I mean. I'm doing time trial in a D-tier car. It's low as fuck, like, but overall, do this. Like, if you're struggling to get your final couple of thousand points to get to the gold wristband, go and do all these time attacks. Do it over and over again using cars from D tier all the way to R tier. Just do 1, maybe 2 laps of each, and you'll get your points. I'd say 2 laps if you just want to put in like a decent time. If you just want to get these things over with, just do the 1 lap. See, now I'm doing it in the C tier car, now in the B tier, now I'm doing it in the A tier, and so on. So now that I've done this whole story on Forza Horizon, I just kind of want to give my thoughts on it. Now, this is the game that is essentially getting me back into gaming on a more permanent basis. Because the thing is like over the years I've really like gone off of gaming, you know, not done it as much as I should have, and I kept trying to use the latest Call of Duty title to do it. But in hindsight, Call of Duty is probably the wrong title, especially with the problems it's had over the years and like the fanfare and the interest in it just decreasing. But Forza Horizon 6 came out and I was like, I had so much fun on Forza Horizon 3, maybe this will be the game to get me back into gaming, especially if I'm going to do it like this. You know, record my gameplay and then upload it. Now, overall, I've really enjoyed Forza Horizon 6. I think it's a really good game. Definitely had those beats of nostalgia for the earlier Forza Horizon games that I have played. Now, if somebody was to come up to me and hold out 2 game cases, one's Forza Horizon 3, one's Forza Horizon 6, I'm not picking Forza Horizon 6. Now don't get me wrong, this game is really good. The graphics are amazing, the setting as well is just incredible, but there's just something about Forza Horizon 3 that just brings so much nostalgia. Like, the amount of time I put into Forza Horizon 3 as well. And overall, I just found it to be a lot more of a fun experience playing Forza Horizon 3 than playing this. It didn't feel as difficult to get all the wristbands in that game. Plus, as much as I love the soundtrack of this game, I think that the one for Horizon 3 was a lot better. It's a lot more nostalgic for me. It's weird to say about a game that only came out, about a few years ago? Like, if I was to compare this, for example, to, Gran Turismo 4 or 5, which came out quite a while back, the nostalgia thing might make a little bit more sense. But for somebody who's been out gaming for a few years to then come back and use this and have a previous Forza Horizon game to compare to, it does feel like it's been a very, very long time. But overall, I would recommend this game to people. I think this game's really good. There's a lot for people to do on there, even when you've done the story mode. There's still so much for you to do. There's online related things, there's seasonal things that you can do. You can do online races, you can try and 3-star everything as well. But yeah, just because this is going to be the last one that I'm doing, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to come back to this game. I'm going to do it off camera though, and just try to 3-star as much as I can essentially. But coming out next, got Resident Evil 2, which I'm really excited to do because I absolutely love that game. I've already started recording the gameplay for that game as well. But yeah, I think I'll leave it there. Anyone that's watched these, thank you so much. It does mean a lot. Maybe when Forza Horizon 7 comes out, I'll be back on it. If there's any other racing related games that are coming out in the near future, I think there's one, I can't remember what it's called though. I think it's called Clutch or something like that. Yeah, it is Clutch. So I might dabble back into racing games when Clutch comes out. I don't know yet. If Need for Speed can make a decent game anytime soon, maybe I'll come back for that. But otherwise, for the time being, I think I'm just going to focus on getting the Resident Evil series done, and then maybe just seeing what's about at the time. I don't want to just play a game just because it's the popular thing to play at the moment, because I kind of just want to be a little bit free doing what I'm doing. Yeah, sure, I'm probably losing out on a shitload of views because I'm not playing, the most current game right now, but it's not about that. It's just about doing something that I enjoy, something that I want to do, and just trying to get myself back into doing the whole gaming thing in general more regularly. But yeah, I think I'll leave it there. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.